Biniyam's aunties are really pushing for that baptism. Wanna know what the heck I'm even talking about? Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Selena and I've been doing recap videos for 90 Day Fiancé the other way, Ariela and Biniyam. So if you've been watching and you've been enjoying, please give this video a big thumbs up and thank you guys for sticking around and watching my recap video. So in today's video, you are wondering why the aunties are pressing for Biniyam to get the baby baptized, and you're wondering what aunties? Well, stay tuned because I got some juicy stuff for you guys. We're gonna even just start off straight away from where I left off last time, where Ariela was about to have the baby. In this scene, she is having the baby. She had to have a C-section done. They were able to give her the anesthesia, which is to help her calm down and then go into nice deep sleep. The C-section was really intense. They did show like a little part where they were cutting the stomach. I was like, ew. I was really impressed by how well the hospital staff and, you know, the doctors were really professional and just were able to deal with Ariela's mental breakdowns in a sense. During the whole procedure, Biniyam looks like he's about to pass out because he's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. So then the baby comes out of the belly. The baby was not crying. You could tell Biniyam was like really worried. He was saying like, you know, I was waiting for the baby to cry, to breathe. After a little bit, the baby started to cry. I'm like, oh my God, hallelujah, yay. I think that was everybody's reaction when they heard the baby cry. When any baby cries, it's like, yes, they're breathing finally. So the baby started to cry, the baby was breathing, the baby was okay. We're like, thank goodness. Biniyam, you could tell, like, because they had to wear masks, you could tell he was smiling underneath his mask. He was like, oh, thank goodness. He goes up to the baby, he cuts the umbilical cord, and then he tells the baby, your mommy's gonna be okay. Don't worry, your mommy's gonna be fine. I'm like, that is so sweet. I love seeing those moments on TV where it's like, it's real and it's like, I guess it's wholesome in a sense. So in its next scene, they have Biniyam calling the mother to say, you know, congratulations, the baby has been born. You know, the mother was like, oh, that's so great. Please send me some pictures. I want to see what the baby looks like. And he goes back into the room, sees how Ariela's doing. She's woken up. She's really happy. She says she didn't regret having the baby in Ethiopia at all, which is so, it's nice to hear that. Biniyam was saying he's really happy that she was able to have the baby for him, and he wants to be a good father, and you know, another great wholesome moment. It was just so lovey-dovey. It was so cute. He says, I'm gonna call your mom. You want me to call her for you? She's like, yeah, call her. So they call the mother. The mother's like, congratulations, Ari. How's the baby doing? Is he cute? She was saying he has a lot of hair, which he did have a lot of hair, actually. She was wondering, when are you guys going to be able to come? And the mother's like, we have to look at these plane tickets, because a lot of last-minute plane tickets to, like in general Africa, costs a lot of money. Even in general, like booking a last-minute plane ticket, depending on if it's like, you know, if it's a location where not many people are going, tickets are gonna be really high up there. So you can tell Ariel is really wanting her mother there right now, like more than ever. Sisters and brother of Biniyam come in, and it's so cute. It's just that moment when they come in, they elita, and I'm like, oh my God, this reminds me of home again. Just a celebration moment. They're like, I was like, oh my God, it's like home all over again. So they walk in, they give him flowers, like, congratulations, how's the baby, how's it feel like to be a new mom? And she's like, it feels good, you know. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna have to just deal with it at this point. You have the baby in your hand, you gotta do what you gotta do. They were talking about names, and she was like, well, the nickname is Simba for now, which is kind of cute. Baby Simba. And then she was saying she likes the name Aviel, so that's a nice name. Aviel Biniyam Shab something. What's his last name? Biniyam was like, I don't know about that. You could tell he really wants an authentic Ethiopian name. They didn't expect to have the baby so soon, so they're like, well, at this point, like, we didn't even think about it. So they just named the baby Simba for now. They talk about, I feel like they always talk about this, which is the baptism. They're like, so what about the baby? Are you gonna baptize the baby? Off of that, you could tell Ariel's comfortable. Biniyam was explaining that in the Orthodox Christian traditions and religion, they have to baptize the baby a couple of days after the baby is born. She's like, I didn't even think about having the baby now. I'm not even thinking about baptizing it at this point. Like, I'm just trying to comprehend the fact that we have a baby. We got to figure out what we need to do, what we need, because they don't even have everything they need. So she wasn't even thinking about a baptism, which to her it's not that important in a sense, because first of all, she's not even Christian. So For someone who's not even Christian, it's not that important to them. For someone who is, like Biniyam and whatever, it is. So now in this scene, Biniyam said he's gonna go with his sister. They're gonna go shopping for some baby essentials. They go into the market and they first go in and get like a cute little baby bed. The cost was like $10. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the quality they know is not good in Ethiopia. They go into the market and, you know, Biniyam was like, do you have anything better quality? She's like, no, this is all we have. They're like, okay, we have no choice, we gotta get it. So then they go and look for a little bathtub, a cute little bathtub. I found this was actually kind of fancy for a bathtub, like, but $35, bro, like, whew, it was a $35 bathtub, but it did kind of sink in, and then you can push it and then it kind of goes up again and like makes it deeper. You know, they were trying to negotiate, like, would you do it for a little bit less? Like, no room for negotiation. She's like, okay, what about this price? And the guy's like, no, I'm not negotiating, that's the price. Biniyam's like, should we take it? She's like, well, we had no other choice, like, this is what we need. And Biniyam was concerned that Ariela may not like what they get, but there's no choice. Like, it does not matter whether she likes it or not. Her mother's gonna come down anyway. She'll bring them the rest of the things. The sister was really saying, like, you need to really work on this relationship. You know, if you guys are fighting all the time, it's not good. You have a child now. You have to realize that. His sister was giving him like real advice. So basically what they were saying to each other was that he fears that he doesn't want to have to fight and lose the baby again, that what happened in his previous relationship. And he was saying that when he saw the baby being born, he remembered his firstborn and, you know, immediately thought of him and how he misses that baby so much, which is now probably a grown child, but he misses his son, and it's really sad. I feel bad for Biniyam because he really was saying he wants to make it work, and he's afraid of all this fighting that Biniyam and Ariela has all the time they're gonna lose what he so wanted, like, from the past, right? And that's basically that scene, or that whole episode that just passed. So now I'm gonna be talking to you guys about an episode I just saw for October 25th. So a little sneak peek, but I'm not gonna say, nah, you know what, maybe I'll just say everything, because, like, why not? Because you guys probably want to know. So let's just get straight to that one. How's that? So in this scene, they're basically getting ready to leave the hospital. She was basically saying, you know, like, at this point we gotta go home, we gotta figure all this stuff out. And the nurse comes in and is like, okay, you're free to go, you're free, there's nobody gonna be taking care of the baby with you anymore, it's you guys, so good luck, peace. That's basically that scene. And next they're starting to pack up after they realize, okay, we can go now. Biniyam starts to pack up, and Ariela brings up the situation about how we getting home. This scene really bugs me. So she's like, how are we getting home? And he's like, oh, somebody's gonna drive it, we got a driver. And she's like, but we don't have a baby seat. And he's like, yeah, I know, but what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna get home with the baby? She's like, well, you can walk with the baby and I'll drive home. And she's like, what the heck? Like, I was like, is she being that serious, or is she just joking? Because walking home with a newborn baby, who does that? He even agreed, was like, yeah, I understand it's dangerous to not have a baby seat, but we're in Africa, like, that's not a necessity for us here, first of all. Like, not everybody has baby car seats, like, come on now. So they get in the car and she was dead serious. He sits in the front, he's about to sit in the back, he sits in the back with the baby, and she's like, no, you're gonna walk home with the baby. He's like, how am I gonna walk home with the baby? She's like, we don't have a car seat, it's not safe, you need to walk home with the baby. He's like, oh my god, he didn't want to argue. He's like, you know what, okay, fine, let me just walk home with the baby. So this man goes, gets out of the car, has the umbrella in his hand because he wants to cover the baby up so the sunlight isn't so harsh on the baby's newborn skin. He covers up the baby with the towel and is walking home with the baby, y'all. I'm like, what this woman is. You are making your man walk home with your newborn baby? Are you nuts? Doesn't matter how far it is. She said it's 5 minutes. You're making him walk home with a newborn baby? I'm sorry, but I feel like personally, like, if somebody's holding the baby, it's a 5-minute drive, tell your driver to drive really slow, call it a day. Like, he was even saying, one, he found it more dangerous to walk home with the baby because anything could happen while he's walking home. He could trip on something, he may not see something, he may trip and fall. While he has the baby in his hand, he's saying the sunlight, the harsh light that is really bright, the sun rays could affect the baby's skin, newborn skin. It's 2-3 days old, the baby. Even the driver was like, so how's he getting home? She's like, oh, he's walking home. He's like, he was even mind boggled, like, you're making your man walk home with your newborn baby? Wow. Wow. After all that chaos, he gets home, they meet up at the house, and there's people at the front of that house. Biniyam really should have told her that having a newborn baby means celebration. He should have really told her that, because I don't think he warned her that first we're gonna have people at our house. Two, what they're gonna do next, I feel like is really inappropriate, but let me get to that. And three, they're gonna have a lot of people at their house, not just for that day, but like probably for the whole week. So be prepared, you're gonna have company. He should have warned her, like, we're gonna have people coming over, they're gonna make us food, they're gonna have a celebration for us. She's shocked. She's like, oh my gosh, what are all these people doing here? He's like, yeah, in our tradition, when it's a celebration, a sign of celebration, a sign of life, you know, we welcome home, welcome to the baby celebration. She was like, oh my gosh, I just want to rest, I just had a baby, like I'm just so tired. What I found, which is really, to me, I don't know if inappropriate's the right word, or they shouldn't have done this to her because she's not used to this. But what they did was they brought a goat over in front of her and basically slaughtered the goat in front of her. And that, to me, I felt was too much. They should have known. Maybe they're doing it for the cameras to get her actual reaction, who knows, but they should have known she's not used to that. You know, my family has never done that in front of me, maybe because they have common sense. She was like, oh my god, what are they doing? Are they gonna kill this animal in front of me? He's like, yeah, that's the tradition. That's a sign of respect, and you know, we bless the goat and we say thank you for, you know, beautiful life of the goat, and we're gonna be eating the goat, whatever. And then when after they cut the goat up, she starts crying because she's like, I've never seen that before. I can't believe they did that for me. Like, I'm now responsible for a dead goat. I'm like, you're right, sis. I don't know how I would feel about that. And I felt like that was just too much, but I don't know. Maybe they're doing it for the cameras. I don't know, but Biniyam should have really told her these things before he went about and planned all this, or I'm like, he should have told her this beforehand. Maybe she would have been a little bit more prepared. So in this next scene now, the scene that I was talking about in the beginning about the aunties, saw Biniyam's aunties come in to see Ariel and the baby. Ariela states before they even come in, she's like, I'm just so tired, I'm exhausted, I just want to relax, yada yada yada. They want to see the baby. So they come in, they do their little tug in, like, yay, finally, the baby's here, whatever, right? So they come in. I find I'm learning more about like Ethiopian traditions through this show. So they come in, they sit down, and they're like, so can we hold the baby? They believe that when you hold the baby, like, you have to hold the baby so the baby doesn't get stomach sick. Ariela's like, okay, that's fine, like, you know, you can hold the baby or whatever. So they pass the baby around, and Ariela's like, so what do you guys think the baby looks like? And they're like, yeah, he looks like Biniyam. Like, he looks just like Biniyam, which he does. And then they bring up the part about the baptism. Yep, you guessed it, the baptism. So they're like, are you gonna baptize the baby? Ariela's like, this happened so unexpectedly. I'm not even thinking about having a baptism right now. It's just not even in my mind. And then she also states that, no, Biniyam also stated that when we went to the church, the priest stated that in the sense of having the baptism, the mother has to be baptized first before the baby can be baptized. And the aunties were like, no, it's not true. If at least one parent is Orthodox Christian, the baby can be baptized. It doesn't matter if she's Orthodox Christian or not. So they're like, we can even organize it for you. They even threw that in. They're like, if she doesn't want to organize it, we can do it. Don't worry, girl, we got you. So as they're translating back and forth, you can tell Ariela is getting really annoyed. They're basically pressuring me and pushing me into doing something I don't want to do. Like, she full on said that she didn't want to do this. The sister was saying, being baptized in Ethiopia is a huge deal, and they would love to have organized the baptism for you. And there was like an awkward silence. Awkward. And then the aunties kind of look at each other like, she looks tired, let's go, we're gonna let her rest. As when they all leave, she's like, I feel like they're pressuring me. He's like, Biniyam has been saying this from day one, like, this is a huge deal for me, this is a big deal, this is the one thing I really want to happen, is to be the baby baptized. Like, he's been saying this from day one, and she's been hearing it since day one. She's like, I need more time to think about it. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll give you some time. Like, obviously this happened much quicker than we even expected it to. So he's like, I'll give you some time. They now have to figure out a name. Now they got to figure out about the baptism, and now the mother's coming to Ethiopia probably in like a week or two. They're gonna have that as well, which I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what's going to happen, so we'll see. If you guys enjoyed my recap, please like this video. Comment down below what your favorite scene was during these I guess I covered 2 episodes, so what was your favorite scene? If you're excited to see the next one that I just basically covered, give it a like, comment below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you really enjoy my recap videos, please let me know as well. Comment them below, like the video, it really helps my channel out a lot, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Until next time.